inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are
Welcome back to Original GM. I am Hupahu, once again joined with Cikala and Wachi, and welcome back. Episode 13 of Season 2. Hope you guys are doing alright. You guys have a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cikala's kind of like Era. She's really positive, whether it's good or bad. She's like, yeah, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Wouldn't fucking tell
Rainbows,
you. Wouldn't tell you if it
sunshines,
wasn't.
Unicorns. Too funny. Let's get back to where we were, guys. Not waste any time. If you recall, last time you were in the temple, everyone was going to join together, and Lamast was going to let you guys know what he knows. And so, as you all gather, on the way, sitting down and getting in the spots that you're in, there's some small talk, and Lamast tells you that the information that he has gathered about the Nexus and everything that has to do with that situation comes from none other than Dr. Levitt.
Of course it does.
No sooner than he tells you that, Dr. Levitt comes through the doorway into the feast room and tips his hat. Lamast greets him as a councilman. Welcome, councilman. Welcome. We are all very excited that you have come. You see his lip kind of smile a little bit when he says that, and he goes, well, not perhaps all of you, but nonetheless, I am here as you have requested. And Lamast smiles and offers him a seat next to himself. You turn and look, you will see that everyone's kind of together but separate, over by the fireplace, Velia, Ray, Eris, Tic Tac,
Zigzag.
or Zigzag. Zigzag. Why do I don't know.
Because he's little like a tic-tac.
You know, I was wondering if the name TikTok or, TikTok is like a ticking time bomb, like a clock. Just kind of wondered that the other day. I don't know. Anyway.
I think it's because it wastes your time.
Ah. Maybe it.
Oops.
And when he walks in and he sits down and greets everyone, he looks across the table. Directly across the table is Lily and Gorgain and Zira. And he nods at you very politely, like he always does. I'm sure you glare at him just like you always do.
Yeah, no.
She'll nod, but...
Yeah, you motherfucker. Tuffy says, "Welcome to the temple." And he says, "Thank you. I appreciate your invitation and your hospitality." At that point, the priests and priestesses that are in this room start serving you guys food, which Tuffy has cast on the huge table that's over there next to you guys. And they start serving the food to you guys. And it seems to be laid out to where it just goes from one table to the other in the same location like it was created, and they know where it goes. Zira, you have a plate of these worm-like things that are squiggling around with their shells, and then next to that is, or a bowl of those, and then next to that is a bowl of jerky, beef jerky. And each individual has exactly what their favorite meal is sitting in front of them. They bring Dr. Levitt a rather large goblet of liquid and set it down in front of him. Ray, Vay, you guys, whatever your favorite food is, which, you guys really don't have to eat anymore.
Isn't that nauseating if we try?
It kind of is. So they bring you cups, both of you, and you look in the cups. You're not sure what's in it, but it's liquid. And Eris, they bring you a bowl that has what looks like a magical energy of swirling magic in it.
What?
With a spoon. Zigzag, they bring him these little green larvae that, like you saw in Hell, got real big. That's what they bring him. Put it in front of him, and he's like, He just kind of stands over the table when he's eating. Everyone else is seated. As that's happening, you look over in the entryway, the doorway to the south there, between the priest and the priestess, and you see Yavir and Ravor come in, the high priest and priestess of Mistaval and Mysteria.
Goodness.
And they come in and, they kind of stand between the tables and greet everybody. As you look at them, you realize their eyes, both of them, I'm going to zoom down here, have stars and galaxies in them, swirling around inside their eyes. Tessa's over here against the wall with Todd. Afrasia and Delphi are here. Alex and Tuffy. Lamast, of course. And the rest of the party members, Gordon, Zira, Lily, Gorgain, Hedda, Vay, Erez, and Valia. And Ray. So you guys start to eat, and they greet you guys. They say, "Welcome." Tuffy says, "Welcome. I was not expecting you." And she kind of looks over at him for a second and just looks at him, and he goes, "Oh," out loud. And he goes, "Well, you're more than welcome. Please come in. Have a seat." They do not sit down. They stand right here, next to each other. And then Tuffy kind of looks around the room, you know, and he says, I guess we can begin, Lamast, if you want. And Lamast says, well, I was going to start to discuss things myself, but it might be better if we hear it from the doctor, the good doctor himself. Yeah, I know that you guys had questions, and he kind of looks over at Erez. And the doctor kind of tips his head over towards Erez and looks over in that direction. And then the room kind of grows silent. Faye kind of looks at you. He's like,
Just everything you know about the situation, and she'll kind of look at it.
well, I'm not sure if all of that can be spoken at a feast.
Or the most important pieces.
Well, that is relative depending on who it is that's asking. And what exactly is important? You see, it is a riddle within a riddle, involving agreements with gods. A understanding between mythos for generation after generation, some 9,000 years ago, a bit over. So it's very difficult to know exactly what it is all of you know, and what it is that you deem important to know. So, I suppose we should start with the fact that, as I have always spoken to you, I am an ally. It was long ago, long before any of you built the city of Beacon, that I gained much of this knowledge. I have had it since the beginning of our awareness of one another. I must deem to tell you, the good king of Monarch was not a good king. He was not your friend. Though he seemed very, very friendly to you when you met him, just like his bastard son, King James. He would have betrayed you in the end. By doing what I did and taking the king's body from you, I stopped so very much from happening. And Diplomat Thistlebriar, I'm sure you understand the very facets of vampirism are complicated. There are times when I may seem to be... He turns and looks at the high priest and priestess. Mysterious. And then there are times when I do all I can to help individuals in situations of negative effects from happening to them. It's very difficult to play the line that I play, being the ruler of Monarch currently, the gem of Shill, the center of all. It's very difficult to try to separate myself into so many avenues of understanding. Yes, now I'm sure you're thinking that why am I saying all these things? Am I so narcissistic that I have to explain to you everything that I go through and all my thoughts? I merely say this as an ally. There are not many that I call friend, but a few more are allies. And I consider all of you here as such. You see Lamass kind of smile when he says that. He like lights up like, He seems to be very excited about that thought. And then he just kind of turns and looks at everyone. He goes, "What questions might you have?" About that point, in the center of the room at the ceiling, you hear a voice. And it's the voice of Dusty. And he says, "You are in danger. Something wicked this way comes." What do you guys do? You see Ravor and Yavir kind of look around the room, and then they start to cast. And Vay stands up and pulls out his sword, invokes his magic resistance.
That.
Tuffy
Valia would too.
Tuffy
Rava too.
closes his eyes and starts praying and like holding his hands up, and you see like this energy around the walls themselves start to shudder, kind of spark a little bit, and he's like, "Oh no!" He says that. He's like, "I can't keep it out. Help!" And he looks at Euphrasia, and you see she's already praying. You look over next to where Alex is at, and you see Alex praying, and he's holding a symbol of Ariax. Next to him, you see Delphi, and she's praying. And this spell kind of joins them together, and you look around the room, and the priests and priestesses are all doing the same. Some kind of energy is connecting between them almost instantly.
Lily will start casting.
Does Zira know what they're doing? She's a priestess of Ariax now. Does she know what they're doing?
Well, she's a necromancer.
So it's a little different.
So it's different, but
Okay.
you were a priestess, but you were never a priestess that understood this spell yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can start casting and all that, but I need everybody to roll initiative to see what you do in the timeline of what's going on. You know, Gordon pulls his bow. Gorgain pulls his weapon and stands up. Hedda pulls his weapons and stands up. Lamast, he just backs away from the table. He doesn't know, he doesn't know exactly what's going on. Dr. Levitt stands up and takes one step back away from the table. Gordon, when he draws his bow, he just kind of closes his eyes and does this. Just holds his bow out like this with his eyes closed.
Ares will pull out her mandolin. Stand up, pull out her mandolin.
Okay. Zigzag runs over closer to you, like right behind you.
Can I
Yeah?
use books?
Yeah. Ray, what do you do? Do you stand up?
Yeah, she stood up and invoked her magic resistance.
So you two kind of cross your magic resistances right there. Valia. And this is not an initiative move. This is like you can stand up from the table, pull your weapons, do whatever, start to cast a spell, whatever it is you want to do. And then after your first movement or whatever it is, and it's not very far, it's not like you can take your full movement. There's not enough time. Tessa steps forward, right here next to Ray, but not directly next to Ray.
Okay.
Kind of more like there.
There's one. She's using the one I have over here. The one that we have. Do you have one? Eris has got her mandolin in front of her, but it's on a strap, and she's gonna start casting.
Okay.
Five seconds.
All right.
What is it? Who is it?
Give me a moment. As I bring these tokens in. You see I have your little elementals here just in case.
Nice.
Yeah. For once, I'm prepared.
I knew combat was coming. It's been like 3 or 4 episodes. I knew it was coming soon.
Pardon the map transfers and everything.
Zira is gonna start casting as well.
Okay. Velia, what do you do? You stand up and
Mm-hmm.
pull your weapon and all that?
I don't want to use the quick draw,
Okay. So
but
you just stand up.
she will.
Do you want to move anywhere? Like you can move 5 squares in any direction you want to move. You're here. Vay and Ray go right here. Tessa goes here.
I'll come up behind Era's,
Okay.
and invoke the +4 bless
Okay.
on my sword.
All right. And then you all have initiatives, right?
Yeah.
So
Lily started casting.
at that point, there is a rocking of this temple. Boom, 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 boom. Like something being fired and hitting the outside of the temple. Zira, Havoc says, "We are being attacked by vessels."
Mm.
Can I respond or?
Well, on your initiative you
Okay.
can, but that's what he says. So Dusty gives you warning. For what good it is, I don't know. Sorry about that.
So sorry.
Blame Cikala for your eardrums.
I'll let mine too if it's any consolation.
Yeah, there you go. The mysterious stranger appears right here.
Oh.
Right here.
Okay. Do you see it?
I did not. Sorry. It was calculator. Okay.
That is the mysterious stranger. Out of the statue from the altar here, a quick pink glow goes to here, and you see Ariax appear. Herself. Out of the
What?
mist. Over here, you see Ariax kind of go like this and turn her hand to the left, and you see Nira, or what you guys assume is Nira. It looks like the avatar that appeared that you saw for that brief moment with the orange fire burning chains around her with the cloak and real mysterious. She appears right here.
Oh, shit.
Over on top of this table right here, you see Larvain materialize on top of the table. And next to him, you see the Sound Witch, Rebecca. And everybody's got initiatives. When he appears looking like Larvain, but you see him transform in what looks like semi-like the Nexus, but it's got more of a body form with tentacles coming off of it. So you see Larvain basically change into this. Whatever it is kind of comes from within him to the outside. So you're not sure who's enemy, who's not, what the fuck is going on. I mean, you know something is going on. And while this is happening, the temple's being rocked, like, bah, bah. You see the Tuffy, Aphrasia, Adelphi, and Alex all concentrating together, and the magic doesn't seem to be broken off the temple walls yet. It's still there. And we're going to start on 10s and above. Any of the player characters?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
I'll go down the line and let you know. So there's some that go before the others. Vey broke initiative. I already rolled initiatives, but Vey breaks initiative with the Nexus and wins. Vey goes first, top of the round. Then it's the Nexus or Larvain, whatever you want to call it. It's really not Larvain. It's really not the Nexus. It's kind of a bit of both of them. I know you guys are freaking out right now.
Yeah.
However, Ariax, when she appears, there is a circle of magic on top or on the bottom of her where she's standing that goes across these tables and everything. It extends out 35 feet from her body in a circumference around her. Some form of magic. Just to make you guys aware of that. I guess I could bring in Cikala.
Go to map building. Over there. And then open up assets. And then go to
Gotcha.
tokens.
Yeah.
Quick imports.
Yeah.
And then go down to Temple of Ariax. Yeah. It should be in there. Yep.
Where is it?
The circles?
No, it's
Right there.
yeah, but that's. I guess that would work.
Is that not what you were talking about?
The magical circle that moves.
Oh.
I know where it's at. Give me just a second, you guys. Apologize. Normally our map making stuff is a lot quicker than this, so you guys don't have to wait, but bear with us. There it is.
Nexus is standing in front of us.
The Nexus that has Larvain controlled, it's not the real Do you feel me when I say it?
Right.
It's a piece of.
It's a piece of, and that's something you guys already knew, you know.
Yeah.
That he's not, yeah,
He's still in his prison.
yeah. So it's about that big right there.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay. So, Vey, the Nexus, Dr. Levitt, Nira, Larkin, and Ariax.
All on a 10.
Or above. These are all 10 pluses. Or above.
Larkin.
This is Larkin.
Oh.
The mysterious stranger is Larkin. I just revealed that to you, but you'll find out here shortly anyway. But the whole time it's been Larkin.
Well, Valia and Ray knew that.
Okay.
Not the rest of them, though. Yep.
I missed that somewhere.
I knew what Vey was going to do. Like I said, I had these initiatives rolled already. But then I had forgotten something. So if you could just give me a moment to think about this. He moves to Ares and holds his hand out and touches you and tries to teleport you out of there. And it doesn't work. When he grabs you, you guys do not go. That's his first attack, so that ends his because these are split-second initiatives. All these are happening simultaneously, almost. Yeah. He was going to go at the Nexus, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if he chops his head off and all this, but yeah, no, he would attempt to do that and waste his fucking initiative, or the beginning, his first attack, to get you the fuck out of there.
Why the fuck can't we leave?
Right? And probably after that happens, he looks at Ariax, and then looks at you, and looks at the circle, like points towards the circle, he goes, go.
Yeah, I don't have initiative. Yeah, I
know.
can't.
So, the Nexus, or Larvae. Appendages come off of him like octopi appendages, and they shoot across the room in different directions. And it seems to be targeted at the priests and priestesses. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Todd is 7. 8. Is that priest there? These tentacles shoot out and hit these priests and priestesses, and you see their bodies like implode in on themselves, like the center of their bodies become a black hole almost, and they absorb into the tentacles. All of them dead in that segment. including Todd. Not a single one of them survives this attack by these 8 tentacles. The spell wavers on the walls a little bit, but they seem to be holding it. But you can hear Tuffy and Alex and Aphrasia and Delphi go, "Ugh!" like that. When that happens, they all kind of grimace. And as this is going on, remember that the temple's being rocked by something on the outside. Sorry. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Dr. Levitt goes next. You see him just kind of move his hand up with his cane in his right hand. This is the first time you've ever seen him attack anything.
Ever.
Yeah.
He moves his hand up with his right cane, with the cane, and between his hands you see this blood magic, red glowing blood magic just go surge between the cane's hand and this hand, and he just goes and points it forward, and it shoots at the matriarch. And you see this reddish colored blood orb just surround her. Like encase around her, and he's like holding his staff up like that, or his walking cane up like that. And yeah, the dog escaped. She snickered.
She's right there.
She jumped in. Come here.
Sweet baby.
Come on, Prue. Prudence.
Oh wait.
You guys okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm
Okay.
freaking out a little bit.
Yeah. And it encases her in some sort of, I don't know, you don't know what it is. It's like
But it looks like blood.
it looks like
A
blood.
blood orb.
Yeah, like a yeah. What? So weird. Okay. Boom. So we're gonna put this here as the orb. Okay. This individual, Nero, whatever, disappears. You can no longer see her. Okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the mysterious stranger appears right behind you, Lily. And then he holds out a deck of cards in his hand like this. He just kind of goes like that, and they go with 8 cards that just levitate out of the deck and appear between him and this being and just glow. And he's still holding onto the deck of cards, looking at him. You will see there is some sort of sword in his hand, but it's hidden mostly under his cloak. You can just see the tip of it coming out. And that's what he does. Now, attacks continue from all of them if they have more than one attack, back on a 10 initiative. So they can move now too. On a 10, Hedda and Todd who is gone. So Hedda he pulls out some sort of device from his hip and points it at the Nexus and fires. Boom! You hear this huge explosion come from Hedda's area.
Fucking you just shoot the device.
Oh yeah.
These shards of glass and metal and all various types of pieces of silverware and utensils and shit shoot out from this device he's holding and hit the Nexus. And it goes into it and splashes its energy out away from the body a little bit, but then it just kind of comes back to it like it's unaffected. It reaches out on a 10 initiative at 8 new targets. Vay still has an attack. One of them comes for you, Eris. It shoots across the room towards you. Ray? What's your initiative?
Ray's initiative is a 5.
Okay. You can't do anything about this unless you want a quick draw. You can quick draw and try to strike this tentacle if you want. It's going towards you, but you can tell it's going over you, past you.
Yeah, she will. Quick draw with her sword.
Okay. Roll 20.
Try to fucking.
Roll a 2 hit for me. You're 15 now, right?
Yeah.
You need a 16 to hit.
Natural or with my pluses?
With your pluses.
Hold on. Sorry. $19.
That hits.
Wait. 16. Sorry.
That hits. Are you
16.
parrying or are you trying to do damage?
Parrying.
Okay.
Well. Yeah, parrying.
Okay. I don't remember. Maybe I don't think I've rolled yet. So, Eris, what's your armor class?
It's a -10, but she has displacement.
Okay. You parry it.
Nice.
It shoots off to the Eris's right side. They will swing at it. Still, even though you parried it that way away from her, he'll swing at it. Natural 16 will be a Vorpal shot.
Cut it off.
And it does. He severs it, and the end of the tentacle flops to the floor, just kind of starts wiggling, and it becomes like a gray mist. And then you see the floor stained where that tentacle had hit the ground. Just the floor still stained that this blackish soot color. The creature yells out a scream when that happens and pulls its tentacle back. And actually, that stops all its other attacks.
Nice.
When he does that, when he hits it and damages it, cuts it off, it stops all of the attacks on that segment.
Not the round.
You don't know yet.
Okay.
So, 9. Dr. Levitt,
Are we gonna keep these initiatives?
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write down what everybody's initiative is so I know.
Dr. Levitt moves to Ariax's circle and stands in it. Vey takes his movement and another attack and picks you up, Eris, and runs you to this circle over here. You're casting. I need a dexterity check to continue casting. While he
You
picks
know
up.
what? I don't think that spell is gonna do a goddamn thing to.
She can stop casting
I'll
when he
just
picks you up?
stop, yeah.
Okay. He sets you down.
The spell I was gonna cast isn't gonna work on the next.
He stays between you and...
Was Zigzag just holding on to my
Yeah,
leg?
he's just holding on to your leg. He's like, ah! And then, after he sets you in there, he goes straight for the Nexus.
No! Idiot! Oh! He's gonna end up getting killed. Come on, Vey, chop his head off.
Natural 19.
Nice.
I'm going to go one at a time here. Sorry, I got a lot going on, so...
Is natural 19 a warble shot?
It is. This is a vorpal shot, but it just cuts into the Nexus's body. Okay.
Okay.
When it does, you see this. It wasn't like it was a tentacle that was outside of it. It like comes from inside of it and drops to the table, severed. And does the same thing, and it yells out a scream and moves back away from Vey. And it moves really quickly, like gets away from Vey, even though Vey has more attacks. It gets away from him so quickly, Vey has to run after it. He gets right about here, and he doesn't continue to follow it. You see him just kind of stop, and he backs away from it just a little bit. So he's right here now. 1, 2. He swings at the orb. It goes through, but doesn't seem to hit anything. He swings again with a natural 16, and that is a vorpal shot. And that'll be his last attack.
Does he cut her head off?
He takes her head.
Yes! Fuck
He
it.
takes his mother's head.
That bitch deserves it. Everything she did.
When that happens, this orb closes down on her body and her head and absorbs it. And disappears. And she's gone. You see her head, when he goes through the orb, by the way, when he goes through this blood-like sphere, when he strikes through it, blood starts to spray out away from it and then comes back to it. But where the sword passed through, there was a gap, and you could see in, and it took her head. And went to fall, and then it covers back up, and then goes down on her and just disappears. You see Vey just kind of standing over it like this, and you see his ruin on his sword go light up blood red. So like there's 4 full, you see now. And then he just kind of smiles and turns and looks at the Nexus. He can't do anything else this round. The Nexus is screaming a little bit and kind of jolting around with its tentacles, and then you see it just kind of stop. And that is on a 9. Gorg goes on a 9.
Who?
Gorg.
Gorg.
Gorgain, yeah. He steps in front of Lily right here. Vey, get back! He says that to Vey. Vay has more movement rate, and he will go back right next to Lily. Tessa is next. And she puts up her aura. And you feel it cover you guys. Like there's something that comes over the top of you, protecting you. And that's what she does. And pulls her, she's already pulled her holy sword. She just kind of holds it out in front of her two-handed sword, and just looks over at the Nexus, and she goes, "Be gone!" And nothing happens. Yavir and Ravor move back into Aphrodite's circle.
Ariax.
Or Ariax's circle. Gosh, dang it. Yeah, Ariax's circle.
Oops. Wrong pantheon.
Yeah. And then sevens.
No, 8.
Oh,
Lily.
that happened on an 8.
Lily.
Okay.
So does her spell
Let me
go
write.
off
I
now?
didn't write your
Initiatives, yeah.
initiatives. So when I said you could cast, that would be previous to that. So
The spell would go off on an 8.
well, you started the spell before we rolled initiative, so I give you an extra segment, basically.
Okay.
So how many segments is the spell?
5.
So it's 4 on a 4 initiative.
Okay.
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 I want to ask you what you're casting. I'll wait. See what it is. 7 will be Lamast. He stands behind Ray.
That's gotta be one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
He does.
He walks up and stands behind.
Yeah, he doesn't stand in front of a protector. He stands behind her to be protected.
Smart. Smart.
Yeah. And his eyes are starting to change. You can see he's starting to vamp out.
Lamastus.
Yeah, and he's looking over at Dr. Levitt, and Dr. Levitt goes, "Make it so." And you see him just kind of, and his teeth come out, and he's full-blown vampiric. You see him grow to about 13 feet tall behind you, with wings and massive muscles all over his body. His mouth seems to have multiple sets of teeth. He is terrifying. His eyes sink in a little bit. His skin all goes to this leathery bat-looking like skin, but it's like a brownish red color. And his eyes glow with a red color, like magical. And then he has 2 horns that come out the top of his head that go back, straight back. And you look, and he's got an additional set of hands where the wings are. Besides his arms and those hands, he has these additional sets of hands. He's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And he changes into that, just kind of hisses in that direction at the Nexus.
Well, goodness, I didn't expect that.
He doesn't do anything, he just changes. 6, it's Tuffy and Alex, and they're still
Eris is
casting.
on a 6.
And Velia.
So Valia
Sorry.
and Eris.
Eris will start playing her mandolin, and she will give.
So now that you're standing next to Ariax, you really have no desire to do anything but love. You feel very calm, very kind. Her beauty is miraculous, and you realize that you cannot harm her in any way. You look over at Dr. Levitt as you come in, and you realize that he's not your enemy. Like, he's your friend, and you should love him. That's the feeling. And he kind of looks at, and he looks confused a little bit. Dr. Levitt does, but he seems to have more of his faculties about him than you do. You're just like, ha.
Okay.
So keep that in mind as you make your move. You really just want to love.
Fuck, that kind of fucks what I was gonna do. Okay,
It does,
so,
and
so let's flip that around.
realize
I
that.
was gonna give all enemies within that area of effect, that 30 feet,
Okay.
a negative to hit. Let's
Alright.
just give everybody pluses
Okay.
instead for allies.
I'll allow that you were
What's that?
trying to motivate everyone. So,
What's that?
60 feet, right?
Yeah, it's plus 11.
So, 25,
30 feet,
50,
not 60 feet, 30 feet.
30 feet.
30 feet.
So, it's pretty much whoever's in this circle.
I can't do what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
So that's what you do, Eris. Velia, you're here. Right there.
She would come around to the front side of Reva.
Okay. By Tessa.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I kick your ass.
Uh-huh.
Stepping in front of me. Have you lost your mind?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing? You thought she would have learned by now. How long have they been doing this?
Right?
She steps in front of you.
She's still.
And behind you, you can hear Lamass, like, something up above you, and you look, and you can see him. He does not look the same. And Hedda's kind of holding up the pistol thing, and you see him, like, leaning down to reload it.
Alright. This is on a 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna use the Ring of Gax.
Okay.
Change it to Lightning Bolt
Okay. And do what with it?
and Lightning Bolt the Nexus.
Okay. You hold the ring out. This massive lightning bolt comes shooting out of your fist, out of the ring on your fist, and hits him directly into his chest. Shocks through him. You see it go through him, and affect him. It, like, he's like, some of the limbs go like slow down.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So I need you to roll 25d6 for me for damage.
Oh, good God.
Here.
I have a bunch.
Do you need any more? I have
That can be
some.
used 3 times per day, remember?
Yeah, I do.
How many is that?
I got 6 of them.
Do you want more?
No.
Just use
I got a
5 and
bunch,
do it
too.
5 times.
Okay, so let's see.
Do you want me to write it down for you?
That's 18, 19, 20, 5. So 28.
Here, I got you. We got 28.
And I rolled 6 dice. Now I'm going to start doing 5.
Do 4 on your last one.
Yeah.
Is that how that works? Is that math right? Yeah.
28 and 12 is 42? No, 38. 28 and 12 is 40.
Okay, 40 damage.
No, 45, 46. So we're up to 50.
Okay. Nice.
Up to 63. So we're up to 87,
Okay.
and I get 4 more, right?
You rolled 6 the first time and then 5 every other time?
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd be 4 more, because 5 and
Massive lightning
minus 1.
So add 13 to what I already gave you.
87 plus 13.
Yeah.
It's 100 hit points, girl.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
It seems to affect its movement when you do that. It seems to, like I said, it kind of slows it down a little bit. But the lightning bolt itself, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of effect, like as far as ripping
fire.
body parts off or anything like that. It just, the tentacles just kind of go like this, and the body's like,
Slows it down.
yeah, slows it down a little bit. It does some damage, it does, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And I've never
so-
used the ring, so I'm not sure. Is it take me down 2 segments then?
yes.
Okay.
So
again,
Valia will then be on a
4.
4, same as Lily.
Yeah.
All right. 5s. Gordon.
Rhea.
Reva. I'll let you go first.
She'll walk in between Hedda and Valia and step in front of Valia and hold the vibranium shield up in between them and the Nexus and hold.
Right there?
Yep.
When you step right there, you feel negatives to hit standing next to Tessa.
I'll step on the other side of Valia.
You also feel her magic resistance absorb, encompassing you, so...
Yeah, no.
No?
No, I got my own magic
Here?
resistance. I'm okay.
Right here?
Yeah.
Next to her?
Can I go slightly? Yeah, I guess.
The only way you could be in front of her and not next to Tessa's 10-foot radius is right here.
No. No, it's too close.
Okay.
That's fine. Just back that it right there. Yep, that's fine. Is that out of her radius?
That is out of her
Okay.
radius, but Valia's in her radius,
Okay.
so...
Because I'm evil, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no shit.
for sure. But you think the magic resistance would have maybe helped you, just like Vase does. Anyway, you're standing next to Vay there, and his is helping you.
Cool.
Lily, you do feel there's a magic resistance around you as well. Boom, boom, boom. The temple shakes. You see little pieces of stone, granite, fall from a corner of the ceiling over by the Nexus, over in this area. Right here in the corner, right up there. And you see it open up to space. Like you could see space through this hole that's created, and some of these rocks fall down. But the magic seems to be holding. And you look over at Tuffy and Aphrasia and Alex. Delphi are still in prayer. They look vulnerable. So we're going to take a break right there, and I know you guys are right way into it, but we're going to take a break right there, and we will be right back.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the known. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. We are
Welcome back. You guys ready?
Yes.
We're on a 5 with Reva. My knees. There we go.
Rava put her shield up and held.
Okay. Gordon's on a 5.
Okay.
He'll fire. His arrow fires lightning out of it into the Nexus. He hits it. And when he did it, his eyes were closed. He just kind of went to that direction and fired it, and it went and hit him. And that's what Gordon does. Nothing big happens from that, but electricity and what appears to be damage. The arrow goes into the Nexus. Into Larvain, I should say. Possessed by the Nexus. So we're going to go on a 4, which is Lily and Valia. Rava, you're still holding.
Sierra's on a 4 too.
Oh, Zira's on a 4? Nice.
Go ahead.
Then let you guys decide who goes first.
Go ahead. While I figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Eras, you're still holding. If there's anything you want to do, it has to do with love and kindness and beauty and that kind of thing.
Velia will do another lightning bolt.
Okay. Roll damage.
$25d6.
Yeah.
$17.
Sorry.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Plus 15.
Okay.
Plus 18. Plus 16.
Okay.
Get back here.
Plus 15.
$81.
Nice.
All right.
And that takes her to a 2.
Yes.
So Lily's spell will go off. Are you still?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what
Okay.
the fuck Sierra's gonna do.
It was a wall of force,
Okay.
420 square feet.
Okay, yeah, you can cover the whole room or you can shape it. What do you want to do?
So
Hold on just a second. Gordon went down to Lily Baker's here. So the Nexus actually does something, and some purple haze appears around the Nexus, or around Larvain. That's what he does. So go ahead. Some sort of purple haze. When that happens, you do see some sort of spear come out of it, like with a hand holding it, that doesn't look like a tentacle. And then a sword on the other side, like a spear and a sword. But the spear is like short, like it's been severed, so it's being held like a sword or a stick or something. Kind of looks like Larvane's arms. As far as looking at the visual of looking at this thing, it does not look like Larvane at all. It looks like something else.
So her idea was to protect the healers and
Okay.
the holy people in the group. That was why she was doing it,
Okay.
knowing that there's no way she could cover the whole temple, you know. So I'm gonna go just to the southwest side of Gordon.
Oh, of Gordon?
Yeah,
All right.
there. And then I'm gonna put it like where I am, up that way, and then over. And I want to leave one tiny little opening going towards Ariax
Okay.
so that their magic can still flow in and out of it.
So going this way, like curved, so like this.
Yes.
Okay. But where do you want that opening? Like right in the center where Vey is?
No, in the back
Over here?
towards Ariax.
At the top?
No.
Oh, so you're going to completely cover this whole area.
Yeah,
So.
There.
Okay.
that way. But then leave like a door space towards Ariax so that people can come in and out of it. And because if it's completely closed, their magic will not go out of it.
Right.
So I need to leave an opening.
Let me see if I can make this big enough.
To understand how big it is.
Where did it go? That was weird.
It
It
disappeared.
did. It's probably there just really small somewhere.
Or under a layer.
Yeah. So here, let's try this again. Sometimes it does that when you go to make something really big. Something like that.
Yep.
So where's move? So yeah, let's just do that. Where's the transparency at Cikala?
Customize
I can't read it.
over here. Customize.
Don't-
Right under, yep, right there, and then go color and opacity.
Okay. So you can see that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Something like that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Wall of force goes off and goes around you guys. Zira and Valia, or Zira, sorry, Valia already went, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading this.
No, Valia hasn't gone, has she?
Yeah, I did the lightning bolt.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry. Where is it? There it is. Having all my necromancy spells on the computer. apologize. I'm going to start casting.
Okay. How many segments?
That is what I was trying to look
Okay.
for.
Alright.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Just a moment.
So it's going to go back around to new initiatives, so, because Tic Tac is the only one that has initiative after this.
Zigzag.
Zigzag.
We're gonna change this name.
Zigzag. And all he's doing is just holding Eris's leg and going, oh, petting it. He's petting her leg or boot. And staring at Ariax, like,
Right, just in complete awe.
yeah. Valia will go actually on a 2 as well, so.
There it is.
And then Lily will start casting again.
1 round.
So Lily will cast on a 4.
Yeah, she'll start
So
another
Zira next
spell.
round on a 4. How many segments?
1 round.
No. Lily.
For Lily, she's gonna start summoning, so it'll be 2.
So on a 2, your summons will come. What are you summoning?
Air 4.
4 air elementals?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Where do you want them?
I'm protecting the priests and priestesses.
Okay. So just around them?
Yeah. What? Have them surround them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Four air elementals appear. A gate opens up for each of them, and they appear. Or for all of them, there's one gate. It opens up right here in the middle of the table, and then they just zoom to those locations.
Okay.
So they'll go on a 9. Next round.
Okay.
And after that, you say protect them, but they really can't do anything until a 9 initiative.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll give you a segment that's incorrect. I'm wrong. When were those summoned on a 2, right? So yeah, you could tell them that, and they'll do it, and they'll get to they'll keep your initiative, which would have been
My
well,
original.
So, just so you guys know, we're gonna roll initiative again.
Okay.
So sometimes we do that in combat, sometimes we don't. It depends on the situation. It's easier to go with the same initiatives, but because every 10 seconds or so, after combat's over, things can change and your dexterity could be better for the next round. So your bonus could be better, or it could be worse. So you get to re-roll at the end of the round. So that on a 2. They appear on a 1, they go to there and start protecting them, and then we go back to new initiatives for everyone.
Okay.
Everyone re-roll.
God fucking damn it. Really?
Dude.
Right.
Wow. So they're the same, so they're not doing anything. Okay. Ooh. Cool.
He heard that.
All right.
Did you hear what she just
I did.
whispered?
10s and above.
0 got a 13, but she's casting. So.
Okay, so she won't re-roll. If you're in the middle of casting, you will not re-roll because your initiative goes according to segments, remember?
Yeah.
So, Lily, you can't re-roll.
Oh, nice. So cool, because that was a shitty fucking.
So, actually, you're on a. 10.
Yeah.
You're on a 10.
Yeah, because it was a 2.
Yeah, you'd be on a
Okay.
10.
All of my characters are on a 4. All 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Whereas. Ray are all 4s. Gorgain went way up in initiative. Gordon went way up in initiative. Tessa went down. Everybody else is pretty much the same. Dr. Levitt goes first. Vay will go second. Then Larkin, or the mysterious stranger. And then the Nexus. Ariax doesn't really have an initiative. You know, just to explain to you that she never ever attacks. She's only love. So she doesn't attack. There are 2 occasions when Ariax will attack. If someone is actually capable of swinging or harming her. And by the way, if you've ever been got by her, you can never harm her. Ever.
Yeah.
Once you miss it, that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole party, damn near.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Marvin probably can't harm her either. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, is if you attack her and you're able to, she'll defend herself. Or if you claim to be more beautiful than her, of course she will nuke your fucking ass immediately. Yeah, so those are the only 2 reasons ever. Jealousy, weakness, something. Anyway, 10s and above. First off is Vay. He got number 1 again. So he looks to Gorgain. Because Gorgain told him to get back, and he's like, what's going on? You know, kind of tries to look over at Gorgain. That's what he does, which, you know, split second thing. Yeah.
Well, they learn tricks. They've been trapped by Lily enough.
Bullshit.
Just fucking thought we had them trapped.
Actually, she's not on initiative, sorry. No.
That's the smart decision.
Right?
All right. Vay comes back. Yeah. Vay comes back to there. All right. Gorgain swings through this purple mist. He swings through it and tries to hit the Nexus and misses this first strike. But when he does that, he kind of backs away and pulls Hedda back a little bit. He's like, no effect, Hedda, get back. And they went over the table, by the way.
Of course.
And they scurry back. It does not reach out and touch them or do anything to them when they do that, by the way. So Hedda never swung, so they're still holding the rest of their attacks. They move back. That's on a 10. Gordon, will fire another arrow. More than one this time. He hits it with 5 arrows.
He hits all 5 times?
He does.
Nice. This is still on a 10?
Yeah. Gorgain missed, by the way. Goodness. He does a bunch of damage to it. And takes his movement. Into here. And of course is grabbed by Ariax's loving energy. It's still standing. It's taken a ton of damage, by the way, so far. About that point, these burning chains come from this corner over here and wrap the Nexus or Larvain up. They start going around him. You see the tentacles move out of it rather quickly, like it doesn't really affect it. But the body is trapped by these chains. You look over into the corner and you can see some sort of slightly shadowed form individual with a cloak holding the chains, and they're burning. And you see it smoking where it's touching him. The arm on the right side that was holding the spear seems to be trapped, but the sword one does not. And that's what happens there. The mysterious stranger moved back here. When he does, he keeps the cards up in front of him, which causes Vey to kind of be next to him instead of in front of him. And then that will take it to Lily on a 10.
Keep casting. She would keep casting.
Okay. On a 10, a rather large fire elemental appears. And it catches the table on fire. When it appears right there. Fuck. It's on a 10. The water elementals seem to have like this inbred hatred and distinct energy to destroy this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't protect the priests, they go for the elemental. It's almost like it's you don't lose control of them, but it's like you can't command them while they're doing this. You've never experienced this before.
Okay.
And the fire elemental seems to be doing the same. It's like they're arch enemies or something. So they attack. And they are knocking the shit out of it. And steam starts rising up in this area right here and kind of creates a cloud that's very difficult to see into. Where that battle is going on and the table is burning, right here there seems to be quite a bit of steam. Okay,
So
you're gonna start casting.
still on a 10. As all that was happening, no, she wouldn't start casting.
Okay.
I would step up behind the healers.
Okay.
Are they all within 10 feet? Like
No.
if I step.
No. So you could get three of them. You could get these three if you stood right here within a 10-foot radius, or these two. It's your choice. It's either
Which
these,
one's Aphrasia?
right here.
That one, that's what she would do.
The other one's Delphi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delphi's the most powerful, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, Tuffy, and Aphrasia.
Okay. You gonna stand within 10 feet of them and do what?
Teleport rod.
Okay.
I just want to move them over next to Ariax, but not in her circle.
It works. It's the one you're talking about that. Okay. All right. Yeah. You can get them. Oh goodness.
Control Z.
Goodness.
Oh, there's the other bubble that disappeared.
No, that's the bubble I just created, and it's not. There we go.
It's not cooperating.
Yeah, it is. Hold on. All right. Give me just a second to move them over there.
Okay.
What is going on? You know what? I have an easier way to do this.
There is an easier way to do it.
Control C. So right here.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that. That's really weird. Then Lily.
So that puts me on a 9, right?
Yeah. No. No. 2 segments. It's a magic item.
Yeah.
Should be on an 8.
Okay.
Okay. So that happened on a 10. There's really nothing in between. So back to an 8, which is Aphrasia, Yavir, Ravor, and Lily. So Lily. Aphrasia's still concentrating, or attempting to do so. Yeah. That did not seem to break their concentration.
Good.
She's not doing anything other than that. So it's you, Lily.
Lily, I would go back and get Delphi. Just movement rate.
To here?
Yeah.
And then teleporter?
Uh-huh.
To there, or?
Yep. So that they're all grouped together again.
Let's see if she concentrates. Yeah. Everything's good. They're still concentrating.
Yes.
All right.
That takes us down to a 6.
No.
No, for Lily.
Oh, okay. So on a 7,
Velia has an 8.
does she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go.
This is kind of silly, but she hasn't been immortal in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Do we fly?
No.
Okay. I couldn't remember if that was the second immortal or...
Second one.
or sh-
No more Superman.
She would try to grab Rava's arm and go back over by where Vey is.
I can't move to a 4.
You'd have to physically, like, pick her up, so to say, to make that happen.
It would piss her off so bad. That would make her so mad. Velia would not do that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Isn't it anybody else's turn?
On a 7, there will be. A whole first segment. So this is important. You
It
know,
is
you don't know.
important.
One segment could mean a lot. It hasn't gone yet, except for whatever purple thing it did. The purple haze that appeared around it.
God damn it. Right. No. She's got one lightning bolt left.
You gonna zap it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll percentile dice for me.
$36.
It hits that purple haze and reflects right back to you and hits you. I need magic resistance and saving throw for half and quarter damage. Roll damage first.
Oh.
And I can't parry it either.
No, not a spell.
No.
Nope. It goes right over the top of Hedda's head almost. Between Hedda and Tessa. Yeah, so you'll roll damage. and then you'll save.
What is it?
20.
I got you.
Okay.
Then you'll save and take magic resistance for half and quarter damage. What kind of dragon scale are you wearing?
Velia?
Yeah.
None.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Who is it that has the blue? Is that?
Plus 16.
Okay, 16.
Rava used to have the blue. She doesn't anymore.
Gotcha. She's got the ethereal armor.
Yeah.
He's still being held by that chain, even though the purple haze is around him. What's that number?
19.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
14. 14.
That was 6. Okay. 14?
Yeah, that was 5
Six.
times.
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
Okay.
No, that's 6 times. You rolled 6 times. I had 6 sets of numbers. 20, 16, 19, 13, 14, and 14.
So delete the last set.
Okay, the last set's what I thought. So, all right. 82.
Yeah.
That's what you
So
did.
then my save for spells.
So make a saving throw versus spells. Saving roll.
Now we know what that purple haze does.
Yes, on the save.
So you'll take half damage of that, so 41.
Okay.
And then magic resistance.
It's 50.
Roll it.
Sword it is. Yeah, 42.
So you take 20
20 points.
Mhm.
Okay.
of lightning damage. All right. Sevens. Lamast and the Nexus, or Larvae. Larvae goes first. Okay. The temple is still being rocked. Zira,
Yeah.
you get a mental image and message from your brother, Havoc, letting you know that this is what it looks like out here. There are 4 radiant wing vessels with 8 hammerheads on the outside in space around the temple and around your ship that are just blowing the shit out of the Sun Chaser, blowing the shit out of your ship, and blowing the shit out of the temple itself. Most of them are focused on the temple. When I say blowing the shit, you're getting hit. Damage is being taken. They haven't blown up completely or anything like that. But your ship is on fire on the back side of it. Close to where your helm is and where your room is. That whole wall is on fire. And I believe that's located right here.
Yeah.
This whole wall is being torn the shit out of by this fucking spelljamming vessel right here, this radiant wing vessel. It's just firing into the backside of your ship right here. These other little ships are moving to board the temple and these vessels. And they're dwarves.
They're dwarves?
They're dwarves.
What? Oh my god.
Damn dwarves.
Are we about to die?
We are absolutely about to fucking die.
And that happened on a 7, and the Nexus also is attacking on a 7. Gorgain. Miss. You lucky bastard.
I know Zira's right there. Is she gonna get hit?
Ray, your armor class?
-10?
Yeah, you get missed. Velia, armor class?
-11.
You get missed.
-11.
Well, it'd be -10.
Yeah.
Tessa dies. It wraps the tentacle around Tessa and she just absorbs into it. She hits over by Hedda, but he's able to roll out of the way. He rolls backwards this way. Gorgain dodges and kind of goes this way to get away from the attack, and he doesn't hit him. Ray, it bounces off your shield. It hits your shield and bounces off of it. You're able to not deflect it. It just naturally does. You don't have to use a parry. In Velia, one comes behind it to hit you, and the tentacle that bounced off of Ray's shield kind of hits it out of the way from hitting you. Whoops. And that's its attacks. Tessa gets annihilated. You just see her get absorbed straight into this thing. And she screams as it's happening. She's like, ah! And just folds in on herself. Like there's a black hole in the center of her, and her body and her armor just goes king, 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 into this black hole. And she's gone. That is a 10. Or no, a 7. Lamast. He moves in and grabs both of you two with his wings and extra arms and flies back away from the situation and takes you over into this circle. And
We get got.
you get got. Once you get into this circle, yeah, there's no worries. All right, 7 6s. Tuffy. And some of these people got the same initiatives, which is weird. Tuffy, Alex, and Tessa. Damn. Then Lily. What did Zira get? A 4?
4.
Okay.
All of my characters have a 4, but Reva and Ares are got now, so.
You see Tessa destroyed. That should shake you. You know what I mean? You've seen her overcome. She's a badass, and it.
Zero was going to
It's a
cast on him.
what
She's
hit?
probably going to run.
It missed all of you guys like ahead of, and the only one it got was Tessa. And it was the same as the priests and priestesses. She just folded in on herself and got absorbed into it. And it did move up, by the way, to that location where it's at. Gorgain's right next to it. So Zira. And by the way, it went through the wall of force.
Yeah.
The tentacles did. It was like the wall had no effect the tentacles. It didn't even make the wall shimmer or break or fall or
Nothing.
nothing. It just went through it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
It was a good idea.
It was.
There is a huge mist still right here. I'm gonna say that Hedda kind of went in that mist. He's smart enough to kind of know that it'll keep him somewhat hidden, so he goes into that mist. If I can grab his damn token.
Yep.
Zira, it's also right behind you. That mist is.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at? Let's see. Sorry. Oop. Apologize. It's Lily, right?
On
On a
a
six.
6, yeah.
Because Lamass does that. And then as soon as you go into the area, like Ray, you. So, do you have any feelings for Lamass yet?
She thinks he's cool, but they haven't spent enough time together for there to be real feelings.
So you feel real loving and kind to this creature, this beast that's holding you. Value, you do too. It's like he's protecting you. You're like, what's this is, and then once you go into the love energy, that's what you feel, and then you also see her. So it's not just it's Ariax as well that affects you, but Lamass seems to have a special place. Not Lamass, this beast, this vampiric beast with wings seems to be
Of area.
of Ariax and your friend and loving and kind. You feel a connection with it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Summoning.
Okay. What do you summon, Lillers?
You know what the hell? Air.
Air again?
Mhm.
Okay. Where do you put them? The other ones that you summoned are still there. They're fighting the fire elemental.
Yeah.
But where do you put them?
Between Gorgain and the Nexus.
All of them?
Yeah. All 4 of them.
Okay. They appear.
Tell him to protect Gorgain.
Okay. So on a 5, they will do that. So, roll percent dice for me.
Okay. $39.
Okay, do it again.
46.
And again.
Oh, 07.
Okay. One of those that appears has a crown on its head. And it picks Gorgain up. And the others follow him. And he brings Gorgain back to here.
Nice.
On a 4?
So
Zira!
I think
Her spell was supposed to
Zira.
go off on 4.
I need a break.
Oh, fuck.
I do too. But I want to clarify. So I think that Lily used all 5, even though it was magic. Remember, she has 5 attacks, so only 5 in a round. I think we did all 5 of them this round. So I think that'll put her back. I think that puts her back on a 10.
Okay. Thank you for that. So,
You're welcome.
1.
3.
Yeah. You go before the Nexus.
She is gonna get the
Again.
fuck up out of there.
That was close. You're the only one in front of it. Where you going?
Back more. Zoom out for me really quick. By Gordon. And I hate to do this, but
Inside the circle?
yep, she
Okay.
would.
She would.
Yeah, she'll get nabbed. She'll get nabbed and feel love and beauty and kindness and all that.
She just leans into Gordon and starts petting him.
He starts hugging you and rubbing your hair and your shoulder. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Eris and Reva before.
Temple gets hit again, and you see this whole side of this wall right here collapse. But the magic stays. So everything seems to be all right, except for the fact that it's collapsed. Burning portions of the stone right there. Like there's something other than just fire. It's like burning with something. You're not sure. Greek fire or something. So right now it's only getting 2 attacks around
Okay.
because of the lightning. But those 2 attacks are 8 attacks each segment with its 8 arms. Or it can choose to do something else, which it hasn't done yet. So it's done. 8 right now. So it gets another 8. So it's going to swing out with 8. It's going to be Vey.
Question.
Yeah.
Eris also has a 4.
Okay.
Would be doing something to protect them from that considered an act of love?
Yeah.
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 Can I do it without stepping out of the circle?
I don't know. What is it you want to do?
The one that tries to swing at Vey hit it with the Rod of Kavor?
No, you'd have to step outside the circle to do that, which you could, though, because of the act that it is. You could step outside and try to do that. It's also going to swing at the mysterious stranger. So it's swinging at these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 of these air elementals, 2 water elementals, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll roll on the elementals. Damn. Missed that one. It misses the king, or the thing with the crown. Sorry. But it gets that one. And it gets these.
Can you tell me if it looks like it's going to hit Vey before I decide to do
When
that or
it
not?
gets those, Hedda becomes revealed, because as soon as it gets those the smoke and everything kind of disappears from it striking. It kind of evaporates into the air, so he can be seen now. But it doesn't swing at him this round, and it has 2 more attacks: Mysterious Stranger and Vey. It's gonna swing at the Mysterious Stranger. So it swings out at the Mysterious Stranger, and one of the cards lights up and like basically pushes itself towards the tentacle, and boom, they hit. And then you see it freeze. Like the tentacles, they all just...
Nice.
And you look at the Nexus or the Larvain, and he's just standing still, like not moving at all. So it doesn't get the attack. So you don't have to step out if
Nice.
you don't want to.
Nope.
Okay.
She will try to get Vay to come in.
All right, she'll say,
She'll be like, come here. Get in here.
he does.
She don't want them to get attacked.
He'll go in.
Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Come here. Hey.
Alex, Tuffy,
I said, come here.
Afrasia, and all of them are still praying. They're still praying. Yeah, did he have movement left? Let me see if they had movement left. He doesn't.
Oh, he can't.
He can't come in. He just looks at you like, okay, and then that's it. We'll have to go the rest of the round. Gets down to a 2 on zigzag, and just petting your leg. Still. Ray, your initiative was what?
4.
You can go. On a 4. He didn't do anything. There's still chains wrapped around it, by the way, that are burning it from the corner over here.
Nice.
What could she do? I got nothing. I got nothing.
Just gonna hold.
Yeah, I guess. Other than going out there and getting up in its face, right? As she's hand to hand.
Okay.
So.
And zigzag does that. Then a new initiative, and it's reroll initiatives. Top of the round. Go ahead and reroll initiatives. Get them down. And we are going to take one more quick break. And we will be right back.
There's a gift inside your God's granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the known. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be?
Welcome back. After our second break and second initiative, we are now starting round 3.
Is that it?
Right? Crazy.
What?
What the hell? There's some changes in initiative. I need to know your initiative, so, 10 and over.
Eris is a 13 and Reva is a 12.
Value's a 14.
Velia, break. The Nexus is frozen,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something else going on.
9.
You go first.
Like,
You go first. Nexus seems to be frozen, Velia. Or Larvane, I should say. The mini BBG seems to be frozen. And it's a god.
Really?
Just saying. Well, in episode 13, you should have known the number. Should have known.
I had a feeling before we
Yeah,
started.
you said something before we started that you'd been preparing for combat because it'd been a while for combat.
Been 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna be this though.
right?
I think we're gonna have to fight a god. Like,
Right? High level. So, yeah.
what's up, Velia? What you got?
It's you.
I know.
It's all you. So you're sitting within a bubble of love and beauty. Really, taking any kind of action that would be considered harmful is not an option right now. So it has to be something buffing or beneficial or saving someone or something, you know. They is arm's reach from you, by the way. Just so you know.
I'll grab him and pull him in.
He's already kind of headed that way after what Eris said. Not a problem. You pull him into the circle.
Ariak, save us!
Yeah, everybody's like, Mama! Mama! Help! Oops, sorry. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you could pull him in for an action. It's not really an attack because he's, you know, he'll come. Still your initiative. Right in front of you is the mysterious stranger, and he's got the cards up in front of him, and one of them is bigger than the rest and slightly out from it and glowing, and that's where the tentacle's touching, and it's just, and the Nexus is just frozen. When you see that it's frozen, you can see there's a little electricity still left on it and in it, kind of. Fire elemental is still okay, and it seems to be moving. Like it kind of looks around, it moves around, and it kind of looks around and looks right at Hedda. So you will see that.
She'd probably try to save Hedda.
Vale, you would?
Yeah.
Okay.
She can see that he's in trouble.
All right. So what do? Attempt to fly like a Superman. You realize you can't.
Yeah. Right? Exactly. She's pretty fucking strong.
So movement-wise, you 120 feet, right?
Back to normal. I think so, yeah.
He's 65 feet away, so you could not get him and make it back to the circle. You'd still be on the outside. Just as an awareness.
Yeah.
You'd make it right about where the mysterious stranger is if you were to attempt to just run and get him.
That's what she'll do.
Okay. Let's see, what was his initiative? You might have to pick him up. Where are we at here? This is the beginning.
14.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, you'll have to pick him up.
You have a 19th strength.
Dwarf toss. You could toss him. No. Yeah, so you could toss him into the circle once you get close to it if you want to, but you would be left out.
Okay.
You do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Once you leave the circle to go get him, your wits come back to you, so I need to mention that. As soon as you come out of the circle, you realize what's going on and what that circle did to you, and you can choose to do whatever you want to do. You don't have to save him if you don't want to. Do you still want to? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to there and you can toss him back in the circle. You'll make it to right about there.
Okay.
All right, 14, 13.
That's Ares. Just continue.
Hold on.
I have no movement, but I have attacks.
Okay.
So I do still have
All right.
5 attacks.
There's a huge explosion towards the front door of the temple. Boom! 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 And dust and rocks kind of fall down from the ceiling. You see cracks all over in that area, over around towards the entrance, which is like right under this staircase, right in here. Something big just exploded in the front. And then it's going to be 13.
Ares. She'll just continue her buff that she was doing,
Okay.
I guess.
All right. Valia, you'll get it where you're standing.
The plus 11.
Yeah, you have a
Nice.
plus 11 to hit right now.
And then her plus 4 bless.
Yeah.
That's plus 15.
To hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good right now. And you're holding your attacks, right?
Yep. Because she can't move.
All right. 12.
That's Reva. She will grab
So-
Valia.
The chains that are attached to Larvain have stretched when it moved all the way up to here. Now that it's stunned, it gets yanked back. So at this point, it gets yanked over to this corner, close to this corner. Right here.
Okay.
And it starts to catch on fire a little bit. Smoke is starting to rise up from it, and this fire is starting to consume the body, the tentacles. You see it going down the tentacles and starting to consume it. You recognize it as the fire of Nera. Flame of Nera.
That's fucking awesome.
So, 12.
12. Reva. She is going to grab Valia.
Okay. All right. Thalia, do you allow her to grab you? Or are you going to try to fight her off?
No.
Okay. Yank her back in the circle?
Yep.
Okay. That's what I thought you were going to do. Her too, probably. She probably assumed that's what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Counting
back
on
in,
Reva to
you're back in
yank
the
her
circle. You
back
feel
in.
the same way. 12, 11. 10. All 10s.
Lily.
Lily got a 10?
Well, it was from...
Oh, from, yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
she
yeah.
was casting.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The people that got 10s are inside the circle right now, so it's you, Lily. damage real quick on that. Wow. It is taking massive amounts of damage. It's taken 593 hit points so far.
Shit.
Yeah. Or he has. Larvain has. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying
You're
to
good.
find my staff.
Take your time.
Lost my mind. There it is.
Eris, one thing you would notice is Faye looking at his sword, looking at the ruin on it, and just kind of like you could see this love in his eyes, and he kind of looks at it. And you would see a little bit of positive material kind of gather in his eye, and then kind of go down his cheek.
Walk up and just hug him. Pat him.
He hugs you.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
Summon 4 fire elementals.
Okay.
Have them appear around
Larvain?
he's on fire and he's on
Yeah.
he's the flame of Nira, right?
Right.
And I can tell that's what it is.
Oh yeah, you can recognize it. You've seen it before.
Yeah. And I was able to create special elementals with it before.
You were.
Yeah.
When they caught on fire from the Flame of Nira, they became Flame of Nira elementals.
Yeah. We'll put them around him.
Okay.
Tell them to kill him.
Smart.
Kill him.
Smart. Okay.
Smart.
They appear,
job.
and what
Nice.
initiative?
That was a 10.
10. So on a 9,
Yeah.
they can start doing that. Do you have anything else? No, that's it for you. So on a 9, they will start to attack him.
Need to mark
Zeros on a
off.
9.
That's my 3rd set, right? Yeah. I
He
did
is
water,
taking
air,
so
fire.
much damage. I can't believe how much damage you guys have done so quickly. This is insane.
So that's all 3 from the sensor then. Sorry. Thinking out loud, I shouldn't be. Okay.
All right. They start catching on fire from the Flaminator. And they hit him. 3 of them hit him successfully. 1 does not. He's frozen though, so
Yeah.
one that's not just rolled really bad.
Okay.
And also on a 9.
Zeros on a 9 too.
Okay. Break.
1.
10. From behind, Larvain, or the Nexus, you see Nira appear. She's inside the purple thing, and you see some of her magic having trouble working, and going. You see the chain go dead. It's no longer glowing like it was. He's still on fire. But she drops the chain and you see her swing with a sword that has a Flaminator on it. What looks like a backstab or some kind of assassination. And she hits
Nice.
hard. And I think that's going to be
The final blow.
enough That is going to be enough. So when she hits him that final time, all of this Nexus energy turns into this smoking cloud of dust and just kind of evaporates like it did before. Leaves a huge stain on the floor where all the tentacles were attached, and all the way across to where the mysterious stranger is. It's all stained on the floor because when it falls, it hits the ground. It's all still on fire from the flame of Nira, burning everywhere. But it does that, and then he drops to the ground, and you see Larvain, and he's just kind of real weak. He just kind of looks around. He's on his knees, and you see Nira just kind of back away from him, and go back into the shadows where she is. He looks incredibly hurt. Ariax starts to walk that way, and her
Aura
goes with her, and you guys all come out of it like.
Zira has a 9. Can she telepathy her brother back?
She can. Right when you start to. Then you hear some sort of combat and spell casting through that hallway towards the front door of the temple.
She'll telepathy Gordon what her brother telepathied her. She'll just look at him and send it to him.
He holds out his hand.
She'll grab it.
He teleports to the ship.
Sorry.
They would do that for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
It's her people.
As soon as
She's
you
gotta-
appear, the lights are flickering. You see a fire in the corner of the room where you appear at. This thing has been hit pretty hard. Gordon goes, "Get us out of here!" He yells that out loud, and you feel a telepathic message go through the whole ship as well. And you feel the ship start to move.
I don't think she can put that fire out.
It's 9. 8. Vey has an 8.
Both my characters have 13 and a 12, but I'm going to see what happens.
Okay. So let me adjust the map real quick.
No worries.
So 50, 100. So she gets to about right here on her initiative. She just slowly walks that way, you know what I mean? She's not walking fast at all. As she gets close, Lily, you lose control of your elementals. And they just go this way. She sends them back this way, and then you regain control of them once she passes them. You regain control of them. You also realize, as this is going on, that the fire elemental that's sitting right here has not moved. It's just sitting there like burning the table.
I'm trying to take control of it.
Okay. What's your initiative?
An 8.
Okay.
Well, I was on a 10.
So we're on an 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were on a 10, but you were casting again?
I was.
You want to cancel casting and try to, or you want to continue casting and try to gain control of that one?
Uh-huh.
On an 8? Okay.
Yeah.
So 9s are done except for 0, she left. So yes, you can do that. You immediately gain control of it. You realize this thing is a 40 hit die fire elemental. The biggest one you've ever felt or seen as far as strength and hit points and
Yeah.
damage wise. It's massive. It's not a king or anything like that. You also look over and realize that the elemental that you summoned that had the crown is smiling at you.
Nice. I smile back at him.
You see this like, you know,
Nod.
kind of creepy, but you could get the feeling from the empathy and control of it that it's actually friendly and it likes you.
Yeah.
So, kind of cool. Yeah, and Vey. I don't know. So, he teleports. right over the top of Larvain with his sword out, and he goes, "This is why it's a god killer." And he swings. That's gonna hit. Natural 18. That's a vorpal shot. It comes down and just, he's gonna behead him, and then you see Ariax hold her hand up and he goes, it just freezes.
He should have known better. That's what Ray's saying. She's shaking her head. She's like,
No, my son. No, my son. It was not his fault. He just stops, after that happens, and the aura comes up, he just kind of goes, puts the sword down and just kind of looks at her and he goes, "Of course, mother." Like charmed, completely charmed. And she walks up to him and he starts healing him. And he gets up, gets up and looks at her with shock in his eyes. And then you see tears kind of come down his face, and he's like, "How long has it been, my love?" And she goes, "Too long." And they embrace, and
They're gone.
gone.
Yep.
As they disappear, you see Nira kind of come out of the shadows, visible, and starts walking towards the front door. And she goes, pulls her chain back out, and starts walking that way. This thing won't let me grab that unless I'm over a little. She goes this way, makes it to about right here. She's going out this way towards the front door, it looks like. When they disappear, so does the purple cloud. When they disappear, Vay's just standing there, and he's like, see him just kind of growl out loud. If he wasn't so weak, it wouldn't have happened. He says that out loud. And then you see him kind of turn and walk back over towards the party, like towards your guys' direction. And when Nira walks past him and starts going to the front door, he moves with her and kind of looks over at you guys and goes, And that's where we're going to stop this evening. What a battle. You guys did so well. Holy
What a
shit.
fucking game. I can't believe we're still alive.
I
know. We're not all still alive.
Tessa's gone.
Tessa and Todd died.
And Todd. And, I just got to say, as far as Todd goes, how many priests and priestesses were in that room? Do you know any of their names?
Todd.
No.
You just knew Todd.
Tuffy.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Because we knew his name.
Because you knew his name. You don't feel bad. You don't feel bad about any of the other 8 that died.
Right.
Okay, so I just let that go.
Yeah, just let it go.
But yeah, what
It's
an
fine.
episode's just coming to a head. That was not the Nexus. I keep telling you that. You know that.
Right. It was a piece of, that had
But it
Larvain.
seems like the temple is being. Oh, and we'll end with this one thing. This wall right here. Caves in as one of the Hammerhead ships comes crashing through the temple and through the magic.
Through the wall of force.
And as it, not the wall of force. It doesn't really affect the wall of force. It's not close enough to it. It's just kind of at the angle. It just comes straight on. But the magic disintegrates off of the temple in that area. And Tuffy and Ephrasia and all of them kind of release what they were doing. And the temple still seems to have oxygen and all that, but the magic that you saw, it dissipates. It just kind of... So it was like it was a protection. It's not something that's constantly up. It's like an additional protection. But when that wall crashes in and Vase says go like that, you see dwarves coming off those ships, and they do not look normal. Their eyes are jet black, like, completely black with no pupils, and they're like, they're jumping off the ship, and you realize that's probably, as you hear other crashes, happening all over the temple. So that's where we'll stop. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
With initiative.
What?
I said
With initiative.
Most
remember where the
likely,
fuck we're at?
it depends on what. Actually, we'll be with initiative next week as well. Thank you guys so much. That was a blast.
It was.
Thank you.
Things revealing coming along. Episode 13. That's the bloody feast.
Martha's
called.
back.
Well, so he was killed a long time.
Right.
So he had plenty of. He could come back to the prime at any time. It's only 10 years. It's been over that, long over that, so he can come prime. But yeah, even whether he's charmed by the Nexus or infected by the Nexus or not, he could have come back. But he seems to be no longer affected by the Nexus, which is cool. So we'll see you guys next week. So glad. Thank you so much for coming. So glad you guys had a good time. Remember, we're OriginalGM, Instagram, etc., etc. Click, like, ring, all blah, 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 blah. Peace.
Peace.
There's a gift inside your God's granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping.